welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Attorney Dual Destinies. We're in last episode. We tackled the first investigation section of the special episode, which is Turnabout Reclaimed, and today we will be continuing to do, or we're going to be heading to trial for the first day, just July 21st, 9:21 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning. Chipper as ever this morning, I see. I'm just thankful we actually get to have a trial for Orla. As a matter of fact, I just ran a few laps around the courthouse to get extra pumped, and I just splashed my face with some water to get the sleep out of my eyes. Oh, I also queued the Swashbuckler video so we can watch it anytime. Swashbuckler video added to the court record, because we've had such a great history with watching videos in Phoenix Wright games. Thanks, this might help our case. By the way, did you have some serious dark circles? Did you stay up late watching this? What? Me? No, I just woke up early, that's all. Guess I need to cover them up. I get ragged on enough as it is by Prosecutor Blackwell. Speaking of being pumped, I'm pretty fired up for this trial too. It's been a while. Hey, explains why your hair is spikier than usual. I mean, look at it. It's all super pokey and prickly and stuff. It's amazing. That was a compliment, right?
Good luck, Mr. Nick. I'll be cheering you on from the gallery.
Thanks, Pearls. It's been so long. I'm actually a little nervous. Good morning, Mr. Lawyer. Oh, Mr. Rhymes, you came to watch the trial? Yeah, Sasha's back at the aquarium with the orca. So I thought I'd better come here to watch for her. Well, don't you worry. We're gonna win for Orla. And isn't that right, boss? Right. One unprecedented trial coming right up, because unprecedented trials are just what we do here at the Write Anything Agency. July 21st, 9:30 a.m., District Court Courtroom number 4. I don't know, it still feels a little too extravagant. The camera angles and all that. Court is now in session for the trial of Orla Shipley. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Must we waste words on this?
Prosecutor Simon Blackwell, known as the Twisted Samurai. He's a prosecutor who's also a convicted felon. They say he never conducts a trial without his loyal Hawk Taka by his side. Mr. Wright, it's been quite a while since I've seen you like that. The lawyer never suits you. You look younger somehow. Thank you, Your Honor. And you look as young as ever yourself. Ah, well, I have to keep up with you folks after all. By the way, has the defendant arrived in court yet?
Surely you jest your boldness. Did you not receive the memo? The defendant, Orla Shipley, is an orca at Shipshape Aquarium.
An orca? Yeah, you don't say. That's a warranted reaction. Arrangements for this trial were made only yesterday, so I didn't have time to review. But an orca as a defendant? It's patently absurd.
Direct your comments to the defense. He's the absurd fellow who insisted on defending the orca in court in the first place.
Absurd or not, I will carry out my duty to defend my client. I don't know, the Phoenix's 3D model here looks really janky. I don't know what it is about it. It just, even with the costume that we put on him, he doesn't look right. No pun intended. I don't know what it is about him. Your duty to defend your crying ant? Don't you mean your crying orca, Mr. Wright?
If we are to proceed, we must treat the orca as we would any other defendant. Every soul, be it of man or beast, is of equal value. The question is whether that soul is painted in black or white. Take Taka, for example. He's as human in spirit as you or I.
The real question is, am I in for more pain as always? Orca or not, I suppose the defendant is still a defendant, and I vow to render my verdict fairly and impartially. Now then, Prosecutor Blackwell, your opening statement, if you would. Don't, if you trick the judge into doing another opening statement, I swear.
I suppose I can hardly even to someone who knew nothing of the defendant. Very well, listen carefully. The orca murdered the owner of Shipshape Aquarium in the aquarium's orca pool. The orca apparently toyed with the victim mercilessly as he died.
A sadistic orca? What a chilling thought. And where exactly is the defendant now?
Inside this.
A cell phone, Prosecutor Blackwell?
Time marches on, your boldness. With or without us, I borrowed this TV phone from the aquarium, which will allow us to interact with the orca.
A TV phone? Very well, this court accepts it into evidence. The TV phone added to the court record. Oh boy.
We will be able to view the defendant in question on this large monitor. Fulbright, prepare for transmission.
Ah, you got it, Prosecutor Blackwell. So that is the orca that stands accused, is it? Aw, she's waving flip brass. Maybe she's cheering us on?
Orla, wish Phoenix and Athena luck.
Oh, it's quite cute, isn't it? And this adorable creature is suspected of killing a man?
Orla's really pouring on the charm, huh? She's far from cute. She's a violent, reckless animal.
That's right, the name's Bobby Fulbright, and I'll take over the explaining from here. Now if I can direct your attention to this diagram of the crime scene. Following the report of an orca attack, we, the police, raced on over to Shipshape Aquarium. There we found a guest who says she saw the orca and the victim from the visitor's corridor. As the witness was watching, this orca suddenly went crazy and attacked the victim. The orca was the only one there, therefore no one else could have committed the crime. It's not quite finished, but I have a portion of the autopsy report here. Shipley's autopsy report added to the court record. Instant death from a brain contusion. There are signs of blunt force trauma all over the body. I can't imagine the terror being attacked underwater by such a large creature.
But attack it did. Prepare yourself for the grisly details, your boldness. The prosecution moves to introduce our witness, Fulbright.
You got it, Prosecutor Blackwell. In justice we trust. One brave lady whose fine sense of justice compelled her to speak, coming right up.
How dare you make me wait? Don't you know I'm a busy woman? I could have written an entire book for all the time I spent in that lobby.
Prosecutor Blackwell?
Well?
I am Norma de Plume, and I am a non-fiction writer.
Am I the only one who isn't telepathic here? Looks like you can read into people's words just as well as I can read into people's hearts. Not everything needs to needs to be competition, Athena. What? Norma de Plume? The great non-fiction writer Miss Norma de Plume herself? I've read all of your works and enjoyed them immensely. Your million seller, the great grief of the great thief is one of my favorites.
Oh,
Are you a fan, Your Honor? I could give you my autograph if you like.
Wait a second, I could swear you looked much different in the photos in your book.
Well, I used one from 10 years ago in my book so the paparazzi won't harass me.
The judge seems so shocked. The visual disconnect must really be doing a number on his honor's head.
Can we get started, please? If I find you to be lacking as a judge, you will see your debut in my books.
Such harsh comments. You really must be the real Norma de Plume. Who knew Mr. Plume was so famous? Not me, I'll tell you that much.
enough jabbering. Tell the court what you saw and keep it brief.
I would thank you not to order me around. I am perfectly willing to tell everyone what I witnessed. It was the moment of the murder.
Very well then, please proceed with your testimony. Alright, witness testimony. Here we go. Round 1, back is Phoenix Wright as the defense attorney.
I went to Shipshape Aquarium to see the killer whale. As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corner, it suddenly went crazy. Saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth.
That's a big ol' nope. That's just a big ol' nope. Wrong. Wrong, because see this autopsy report right here? Instant death from a brain contusion, signs of blunt force trauma all over the body. Yeah, no, deadly teeth, no, just wrong. Just patently untrue. Because you said the same dumb thing yesterday where it's like, oh, he bit the victim. But no, wrong. Because freaking there's a spot, the only spot is on his head. So, no.
Nothing ever your judgment, so I may carry out the sentence.
The defense would like to do some defending first, if that's alright.
Must you drag this out?
The defense always has the right to cross-examine the witness, you know.
A fellow inmate just told me this morning. If you want something signed, all you need is the document and a witness.
Let me guess, they were convicted for contract fraud, right?
All we need is in this case is evidence and a witness to convict. It's as simple as that.
Looks like I guessed right. Sorry, but as Miss Sykes said, the defense has every right to cross-examine. Isn't that correct, Your Honor? Yes, of course. You may proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
I shall relish the sight of you thrashing around in vain.
Then relish away, because this is going to be nice and easy. All we gotta do is just show the autopsy report, because, you're just wrong. It would seem you are mistaken, Mr. Plume.
I beg your pardon.
The autopsy report does indeed say death thought to be a result of orca attack, but the actual cause of death is contusion from head trauma, not being bitten. Exactly.
What? I'm sure the victim was bitten.
I don't believe that can be true. The security footage doesn't show anything of the kind.
Just as I suspected. I knew you would peek at the footage behind Fulbright's back.
Well, what'd you expect when he wouldn't play nice and share?
But unfortunately for you, the footage you saw was only one small part.
Huh?
Yesterday, after I decided to take this case to trial, I re-reviewed all the evidence. Taka, evidence I gave you for safekeeping.
Guess the hawk is higher up on the pecking order than Fulbright is in Blackwell's book. Very well. Let's review the footage. Whoa, what's this? The orca is biting the victim. No way. Okay, yeah, great, but we already established that the reason why that is probably because there was fish in his pocket, or the calendar in his pocket, or something like that. So the whale grabbed the body and brought it down to the bottom of the pool. That's not exactly a real thinker right there. I've said that this appears to be very damning evidence. Scary footage updated in the court record. Doesn't really mean a whole lot. No, I can't believe Orla really bit him.
And there is more. Look at this. This photograph was taken while the body was being examined.
There seems to be a strange bruise on the victim's right wrist.
I have the crime lab examine the bruise and calculate evidence of the case at hand. What important right now is evidence that points to the orca as a killer. Look at the left side of the body. See the two...
Okay, yeah, great. The orca bit the victim. Great. I'm not gonna deny that. But that doesn't mean that's what killed him, because the autopsy report just directly contradicts that. And also, furthermore, what's it? Okay, what am I? I'm trying to say something here, but my mind's drawing a blank. Right, the reason why she probably grabbed the body is because there was fish shelling in his pocket. That would explain it, because we already established the whale loves fish, and the autopsy report the case of death is contusion from head trauma. Yeah, exactly.
You are much too impetuous, right, Duno? Granted, the orca biting the victim was not the cause of death. The witness was mistaken about that.
Now, what explanation is there for what the witness saw?
Did I not say in the beginning the orca targeted the victim mercilessly?
My goodness.
After killing the victim, the defendant swam around...
No. All you can prove is that the defendant swam around the body in her mouth. That's all you can prove. That's literally all you can prove. You have no proof that the orca actually killed her. Or killed them. Mr. Wright, the hearts of the people in the gallery are suddenly filled with fear. Fear of Orla. So the defendant being the victim after she had killed them. But if that's the case, then we must still figure out how the defendant killed the victim. Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have a sound theory to give to this court?
I wouldn't be stunning if I couldn't prove whether the orca's heart was black or white.
But Orla is black and white. Her body, I mean. Athena, please not to try to provoke Prosecutor Blackwell.
The witness also observed the actual moment of the murder. Think backward, mistress. Think back to what you observed before the orca bit the victim.
Ah, I see what you're driving at. So that was the true moment of the murder, was it?
No, explain it in a way that even these simpletons can understand.
There you go again, ordering me around. Stop at this instant. Whatever, I don't mind telling my story. I saw the killer whale but before it toyed with the body as well. Saw it the moment he killed the victim by headbutting him.
Orla killed the victim by headbutting him?
That's right, he ran the victim over and over again.
Recall that the autopsy report stated that there was bruise all over his body. Recall as well how persistent the defendant can be when she's attacking her prey.
And we also saw the killer whale headbutting the victim in the footage, don't forget.
The footage back to Mr. Plume's testimony, but also something very important does not show.
Now you see what a mess this killer whale is?
No, it's just wrong. I'm sorry, but I can't allow testimony to stand unchallenged. Looking at this footage, the orca certainly seems to be headbutting something, but you'll notice that this something is not the victim. Yeah, exactly. Oh. I want to look away, but I can't. Even if it was the victim, you couldn't have seen him from where you were, could you?
What? Oh, well, I suppose not.
Mr. Plume, did you actually witness the victim getting headbutted by the defendant?
Let's see. Oh, I remember now. As I call it, a rock in the shape of a skull was obstructing my view.
So are you admitting that you couldn't see the victim?
Yes, I suppose I am. However, immediately after the headbutting, the victim came floating up. He came up from behind the skull-shaped rock and the body was all limp. What else could I be thinking except that the killer whale was headbutting the victim?
But if you didn't actually see the moment of the attack itself, it's pure conjecture.
Must I do everything around here?
How dare you speak so really to me?
There's no need for hysterics. Clear your mind and recall you reached your conclusion. That you couldn't see where the orca was attacking. You didn't need to, did you? Because you knew she was behaving exactly as she had only 1 year prior.
Oh.
1 year ago?
That's right, that's it. That's how I knew the killer whale was headbutting the victim.
I'm sorry, but could someone explain exactly what happened a year ago?
As you must know, a very similar incident occurred only last year in which the defendant murdered her trainer.
What? The orca murdered her trainer, you say? What? This is really true. This is not looking good for us. Wait, so it wasn't a problem back there, but it was a problem now?
It's all in this book.
That book, The Killer Whale. That's Mr. Plume's latest work. How convenient. I was just thinking of picking that up. The Killer Whale added to the court record. Orca kills its trainer.
Last year, the defendant killed the trainer in the middle of a show. The orca headbutted and bit the victim.
The same thing she's accused of in this case.
I don't kill two people. I think it's a menace. Guilty, guilty, I say. I never want to go to that beach again.
No, now everyone's even more convinced that Orla did it. We were doing so well, but now everyone in the room has a bad impression of Orla. Okay, great. Something happened a year ago doesn't mean it happened now again. I don't think she did it, but it's hard to keep on believing in somebody who can't even tell me her side.
Phoenix, Athena, you gotta believe in Orla. There's no way she killed anybody. You gotta save her. Please, I'm begging ya.
Sasha,
What am I doing dead in my client like this? This time to be strong. I believe in Orla, and I'm ready to fight for our clients. I'll take everybody in this courtroom on if I have to. Don't you worry, Sasha. We won't give up on Orla. We'll defend her to the ends of the earth. Thank you, both of you. Aww. We are Orla's lawyers. Who else but us can save her? We can't give up on her now.
For one instant there, you were afraid of the orca, weren't you, Right Dodo? When you saw the photograph of the victim from a year ago, you turned paler than me.
He saw right through me.
It's obvious you have neither the guts nor the determination to defend the orca.
It's true that Orla can't speak and I don't know her thoughts. But there's a certain someone who believes in Orla with all her heart. I respect the trust she has in Orla, so I'm willing to believe in Orla too.
And what do you know about orcas? Nothing, that's what. So allow me to fill you in. Do you have any idea why orcas are also called killer whales? Because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales.
So killer whales really are killers. What terrifying creatures indeed.
I can't bear to hear any more such rubbish of trusting a killer. Can you, your boldness?
No matter what you say, I will continue to believe. I don't give up that easily, you know.
Dullard, you don't even know when to give up, do you? Very well, I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness, spare her a quarter and lay the full truth on them.
Oh, haha, but of course, that's what I do after all. Prosecutor Blackwell, what will you have to testify about?
I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard.
What she heard? Very well, Mr. Plume. Please tell the court what you saw and what you heard. Alright then. What I saw and what I heard.
The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt.
But when the pirate hat and victim came floating up, it let out a scream. So the orca displayed the same behaviors during the incident a year ago.
That's right. Those weren't just cymbal cries, it was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale started singing. It kept headbutting while it sang the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. That's right, it was singing the same song as sang in the Aquarium Stage Show back then. It was singing while it was headbutting. Oh, it was perfectly horrible.
I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in this testimony. It's clear I won't be able to take her apart as statements with evidence alone. Mr. Wright, now would be a good time for me to put my skills to work. It's time to show what analytical psychology can really do. You seem pretty confident. Let me guess, you notice the contradiction. Okay, you don't. Okay, this is actually getting really annoying. Just use the mood matrix. You don't need to spend 6 years building up to it with a dialogue. You can just do that. I mean, even Apollo didn't build up that much to his stupid proceed gimmick in the last game, and that's saying something. Okay. The killer's whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. You're surprised. No, wait, no, you're not showing any emotions here. Approach the pool, still no emotions. The killer whale suddenly started singing. Okay, makes sense you'd be surprised at that. So I was calm. You do not seem to be calm, you seem to be sad. Mr. Plumewaller really frightened you with the headbutting, didn't she?
Don't be absurd, I certainly was not frightened by the likes of any killer whale.
It must have been something else that scared her then, boss.
However, I do remember being very afraid for some reason while I was doing that.
It sounds like maybe you saw something we haven't discussed yet. Take your time and try to remember what it was. What'd you see? This is practically turning into a counseling session. I saw something? Oh, I remember now. Okay, good. You can please tell the court what you saw.
I saw bright red blood. The killer's whales ramming the victim caused the victim to bleed. It was great colored blood.
What?
Yes, that's it. That's why I was so sure. That's why I knew the killer whale had killed a person for a second time.
Whoa, that was a very compelling statement indeed. Looking at this again, there does appear to be something that could be a clot of blood. So her terror was a reaction to blood, was it? That would certainly explain what happened yesterday. Please take a look at the bloodstained coin.
Cease and desist at once. What kind of man just deleted blood?
She just gets so worked up.
I was badly injured during an interview once, even this instead of been a terror for the blood. It was very slave and dreadfully obsessed my delicate sensibilities.
This is a bad turn to Mr. Plume saw blood. Does that mean the Orla ability to attack the victim?
It would appear that orcas are even more vicious than I am. So, how does it feel to be thoroughly rammed by your own cross-examination, Right Dodo?
What do we do now, boss? Testimony was not at all what I expected to hear. Wait a minute, there's still some discord left in Mr. Plume's heart. What? You mean there's more? Yes, but there's no telling what it is. It could be something even more damaging. Is there even anything left of our case to damage? Well, whatever it is, we have to face it head on. Athena, you believe in Orla, right? If so, there's no reason for us to shy away from the truth.
Yeah, you're right.
I know we can handle the truth, whatever it is, let's delve a little deeper. You got it, boss! What's the unexpected emotion? Is there an unexpected emotion here? Let's see. As I approached the pool, Killboy suddenly started singing. Okay. Makes sense that you'd be surprised at that.
Info update. What's the unexpected emotion? Started after I started headbutting and I saw that awful blood and I was terrified. But when the pirate head and victim came floating up, let out a scream. Why are you less sad on this one than you were on this one? That's a little silly. Huh? Her fear appears to be lessened here at this statement. Yeah, why? Weren't you afraid when you saw the victim with blood coming out of him?
My, that's a very good question. I was shaken after witnessing a murder, yes, but then the blood seemed to disappear.
Disappear? Why do you suppose that is?
Simple, it was because of the pirate hat. After the killer whale put the hat on, the cloud of blood disappeared.
And how exactly does that work?
What? That doesn't make any sense. How should I know? I'm just telling you what I remember, Blue Boy.
Wait a minute. From whom was this blood, Mr. Plume? Oh, the whale? Oh yeah, right, because she would have, she likes to wear hats and blam she's headbutting the thing, right, that makes sense, okay. Consider this, maybe the one who was lead wasn't the victim.
I beg your pardon, what kind of ridiculous nonsense is that? There was no one else in the pool besides the victim.
Oh, I wouldn't say there was no one else. It is an orca pole, after all.
What? Then where's the alleged injury on the defendant?
I'm not sure, but if simply wearing the pirate had made the blood disappear, then the blood must have been coming from somewhere in Orla's head.
The orca's head? What are you prattling all about now?
Please think about it again, Mr. Plume. Think back to what you really saw.
The one who was bleeding was not the victim of the killer whale. I remember now, there wasn't any blood coming from the victim after all.
Okay. Oh, that keeps tripping me up every time because there's no prompt to progress it, but I have to click to progress it or tap to progress it anyway. We did it. Analytical psychology got us what we needed from her. That was a huge help, Athena. It was also pretty dicey for a while, though. Well, this is a surprise. The blood the witness saw was the defendant's, not the victim's. That is correct, and since there was no blood coming from the victim, there was only one thing we can conclude. That's what Mr. Plume witnessed was not the moment of the murder she claims.
Objection! I thought you were unarmed, but it turns out you were concealing a sword all along. Nevertheless, it is far too dull to cut to the bone.
Meaning?
I grant that what the witness saw was not the victim's blood, but it proves nothing. After all, being rammed doesn't always result in a wound that bleeds, does it? Death from internal hemorrhaging is also a possibility.
He has a point there.
If you wish to challenge me to a duel, you need to be a sharper blade than that, Direct Dono. I demand evidence that proves the witness did not see the moment of the murder.
There must be something. Think, Phoenix. I'm correct. The victim's death occurred before she saw it. Doesn't make any sense that it wouldn't be after, because because biting down on his body would have killed him. So it definitely happened before that. But he was already dead, so that wasn't. If the victim was already dead, would have mean died sometime. Yes. Events took place around 10 a.m. I must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10 a.m. Oh, the security footage. That'll show us what happened. We've only seen the footage from 10:09 to 10:10 a.m., which means there's still footage going further back we need to check. Your Honor, I requested all the security footage be played for the court. All the footage? Mr. Plume witnessed a cloud of blood at around 10:10 a.m., but I believe the victim was already dead by that time. So your assertion is that the murder took place before Mr. Plume arrived. Exactly. The security camera footage starts at 10 a.m. when the aquarium opened. I believe there was vital evidence in the 10 minutes before.
You are quite the gambling man, right, Dono? As you honestly willing to risk everything on those mere 10 minutes?
I've bet on similar chances before, but when he puts it that way. My boss is no coward, Prosecutor Blackwell, so I suggest you get ready to eat humble pie. Uh-oh, I can't back down now. Well, if the defense is not confident in its importance, Prosecutor Blackwell, the security footage.
Full right.
Roger, I have the rest of the security footage right here.
Very well, please play for the court. Please have something for me.
This is what it looks like at 10:10 a.m. The witness can be seen here. Alright, I'll just back the footage up to the beginning now.
It appears Mr. Plume hasn't arrived at this point. Let's see if I can find something from before this point in time. Is that it?
Yep, that's all the footage there is.
Well, Mr. Wright, you see what you're looking for? We got nothing. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. We saw nothing, certainly, but what were we looking? Were we really expecting to see somebody in the pool murdering him? No, it would have happened above water. and then the whale would have... I mean, this whole thing was probably done, but like I said, I'm pretty sure we already figured out what happened yesterday. I'm pretty sure what happened is it puts the, either the calendar, which smells like fish, or fish in the pocket of the victim. So then, like, after he was killed, so then the whale is forced to grab, to bite him, and then they play audio through the speakers to draw Mr. Plume over there, and then the whale bites the victim because there's fish in the pocket, drags him down to the bottom floor, and then that creates a witness. That's probably, I'm pretty sure I said that yesterday. So it would make sense if that's what happened here.
Those are the 10 minutes where you place on your bed on. Do you see anything of significance?
Did I see anything important? But think about this carefully. In the footage we see nothing important, exactly, but we weren't expecting to. We can see nothing of importance in that footage.
Just as I thought.
Aha, you're right about that. The section was completely meaningless. It doesn't show a thing, that's why I didn't submit it as evidence.
No, it's just the opposite. Huh? What do you mean by that? In this 10 minutes of footage, something important that should be there isn't there. Taking forward, the footage should have been submitted as evidence.
What? I question the way I carry out my duty to justice?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself, please. What is the important thing you say should be in the footage but isn't? Oh, the coins! The coins, I completely forgot about that. The important thing we should see in the footage is the victim himself, Jack Shipley. I don't know about you, I didn't see him get in the pool in that footage. Oh?
Ah, that's right.
If the victim is not shown entering the pool in this footage, then it means that he must have been there by the skull rock during those 10 minutes. But no human can hold their breath underwater for that long.
Wait a minute, are you saying?
When the security camera started up at 10 a.m., the victim was already dead.
What?
Wait a minute. Okay, then what? Then why the hell isn't he in there? Then where the hell's Jack Shipley? Order in the court. If that's the case, then why was the victim murdered? I don't know, Your Honor, but we now know it has to have been something time before 10 a.m. Therefore, the footage can no longer be called decisive evidence against my client.
But there's no one else who could have killed the victim.
Not necessarily. The defense believes that the true culprit may have been human. And we have evidence to back up our theory as well.
Do you now? I'm very interested in seeing this evidence.
The defense trump card, the thing we found during investigation yesterday. It wasn't as far as to call it decisive, but now it's time to play it. The coin, because it's got blood on it. Very well, so right, please submit your evidence. What evidence shows the crime may have been committed? It is the blood-stained coin.
Take that.
What's this, a coin? Yes, a fake coin was a fake coin used in the Aquarium's pirate show we found up beside the pool. This coin is quite possibly the real murder weapon. This tiny little coin is the murder weapon? Mr. Wright, this is another one of your bluffs.
As I say, the bolder the presentation, the less confident the solicitor.
This is no bluff, and this isn't the only coin. There are 300 of these coins altogether, weighing a total of about 7 pounds. This one just happens to have blood on it.
Do you have this blood analyzed to see whose it is?
Not yet. But there were coins scattered all around the body, and the victim had a head wound. Taking these things into account, I believe it has to be the victim's blood. So to put it together, we have about 7 pounds of coins by the side of the pool. One of them with the blood stain on it. I think the answer is pretty clear here. Your Honor, defense proposes the killer, whatever. The side of the pool? Well, the murder took place there. It would have been difficult to say the Orca did it.
Unless you're trying to defend your client, but that theory is preposterous. How can 300 coins possibly made to hit someone all at once?
You put them in a bag. It'd be pretty easy if they were in a bag or something of that nature. And so, where's the bag the coins were in? Unfortunately, Your Honor, we've recovered nothing at the store from the scene. It's possible the culprit took it with them. They took it? The true culprit used the coins as a blunt instrument to commit murder. Then they threw the body into the pool before the security camera started up. And then they left, taking the bag the coins were in with them. They got rid of the evidence that points to a human culprit to pin the blame on Orla. That was brilliant, Mr. Wright. You found a way to introduce the possibility of a human perpetrator. Yes, somehow, so my luck holds out. I wonder why Prosecutor Blackwell hasn't said anything. The possibility of a perpetrator other than the defendant has not been suggested. But if we hold this possibility to be true, then what did Mr. Plume witness?
That's right. I saw the killer whale attack the victim, just like it did a year ago, singing a song.
I guess there still is that. Even with somebody else as the culprit, Orla's behavior still seems pretty bizarre. I wonder why she did the. I wonder why did she was doing the same thing. That's a very, very bad sentence. I wonder why did she was doing the same thing she did a year ago. But really that was like my brain wasn't processing. It's like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? To explain the inexplicable, we all have to turn our thinking around. Turn our thinking around, huh? Sounds good to me. Time to give the old turn my thinking around method a try, and instead of trying to figure out why Orla did the same things that he did a year ago, to consider the results that were produced by their behavior this time around. Orla sang a song to headbutts and bit the victim. If the real couple wanted to shit the suspicion on Orla, they would have needed to give people a reason to think Orla did it in the first place. Mr. Wright, as a lawyer, how do you explain your client's actions? I believe we should think of it this way, Your Honor. What kind of effect did Orla's actions have on the case? Very well. Then why don't you explain it for the court?
How do the defense actions of they create? Yep, they created a witness. Yep, that's where we're going with this. That's exactly where we're going with this. Mr. Plume focuses your attention on the orca's pool because you heard the song. The orca's act of singing a song created a witness. Created a witness? Isn't it possible that the fabricating witness who was the real culprit's true intention? After all, Mr. Plume witnessed two things. She saw Orla headbutt someone over, and then she saw Orca bite the victim. The true actions of all Orcas might have been the real culprit's plot to make the witness think the Orca was attacking the victim. Are you saying the defendant was being manipulated by the true perpetrator? Exactly. And I'll explain all his actions earlier, but the defendant is an Orca. Is it even possible to manipulate? Yeah, because we have a whistle. There's a whistle. Yes, there's a way to manipulate it with this. Yes, Your Honor. Trainers at the aquarium use whistles to issue commands to Orla. But in truth, anyone can do it provided they know the right signals. Oh, that must be how they get Orla to do the tricks of the private shows. Really? Figure that all out on your own, did you? The true culprit hid the body in a spot that could be seen from his visitor's corridor. Then when Mr. Plume appeared, they gave Orla the commands. In other words, Orla was manipulated by the culprit to perform a series of tricks. What? And as for you, Mr. Plume, you were manipulated by the true culprit to play the part of the witness. Norman de Plume was set up. Norman de Plume? Writer, okay, what's with the extreme zoom in? Alright then. That was interesting. Everything alright? Mr. Plume, please do something about your attire. That was one wardrobe malfunction I did not want to see. It would appear we need to shift our submission towards someone other than Orla. Prosecutor Blackwell, please have the blood-stained coin analyzed.
You waste your breath.
I guess even Prosecutor Blackwell can't refute the possibility of a human suspect. You did it, boss! If the crime happened beside the pool, there's no way an Orca could have done it. Now, if only we could find the bag the coins were in. In light of the new discovery, it would appear the Orca couldn't have done it. Exactly, Your Honor. If the blood on the coin proves to be that of the victim, we can unequivocally overturn Orla's accusation. Oh boy.
Overturn the defense accusation? I think not.
Ah! My hair! My beautiful hair!
Yesterday, a new inmate was brought into the prison. He said, the moment you relax is when you're the most vulnerable.
And what did this man go in for?
He's really a sneaky thief who enjoys a spot of fishing now and again. But White don't know he would be easier to hook than any fish.
That hawk sure does love the judge's head. What's this? That coin from before in some sort of bag? A bag? I think I'm gonna like this.
This is the coin bag the 300 coins were in. I believe you were looking for this.
How did you get that?
I never said we didn't find it at the crime scene. A bag had blood on it, so naturally I had it sent to the crime lab.
And does that blood belong to the victim?
It does indeed, as does the blood on the coin.
I knew it, since the blood on the coin did belong to the victim.
The bag was open and the coins had all spilled out, but the bag alone wasn't proof enough to say that it was used as the murder weapon. However, thanks to the defense in that coin, I'm more than satisfied that it was.
Prosecutor Blackwell, are you conceding that the true culprit committed the murder with a bag of coins?
I shall concede the victim was put into the pool after his death. However, even with the bag, it doesn't change the fact that it was the Orca that killed the victim.
What? How can you still suspect Orla?
Said that the true culprit manipulated Orla's behavior, but Orla isn't the kind of Orca that would let someone control her. If anything, Orla used the victim's behavior against him to murder him.
What? But are you arguing that the Orca manipulated a human being?
To prove it, I have summoned another witness, Marlon Rhymes. Take the stand.
Marlon Rhymes is a witness?
Well, don't just stand there. State your name. I thought one witness would be quite enough to prove the defendant's guilt. But apparently Right Donor won't be satisfied until every stone is turned.
Well, son of a... Alright, fine. If I gotta talk, let's get this over with. Mr. Rhymes doesn't seem like a willing witness. I wonder what Prosecutor Blackwell is going to have him testify about. So could we have your name and occupation for the record, witness? Ahoy! Yo, yo, yo! Chillin' with my crew at the ship shape. Orcas, penguins into seascape. Cleanin', fiendin'. There ain't no end. But them bratty kids' tours I shall transcend. Noob animal keeper from the house of rhymes. I'm the master keeper, Marlon with the rhymes. This guy's cool. Oh my, I'm afraid I couldn't understand a word you said. Is that the flip-flop music young people like nowadays? So close, Your Honor. So close, and yet so far. Please give your testimony, witness. Without the flip-flop. Okay, fine, but I don't want to do this, I tell you. I feel like I'm selling Sasha out. At about 10 a.m., I was in the staff room. What? That's just wrong. That's just wrong, because you picked up this calendar from, Pearl picked up this calendar from you at 10 a.m. in the prep room. You're just wrong. You're just wrong, buddy. I'm gonna go with a big old nope on that one. That's a big old nope. I heard noise in the pool room. So I went to the door to look in. I couldn't see the captain of the Orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around. Orca knows a certain spot people spend to play volleyball with her. I think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled up there and hit the captain. So that gives a little more info about the area around the Orca pool. Orca pool diagram updated in the court record. The defendant made the stuff fall down?
Overturned crates and assorted props were scattered all over the pool room floor. There was no doubt it was the Orca that caused the mess.
But could she really have done that from within the pool?
As I said, the Orca's the only one that could have performed such a feat. The pool and its room were tidied the night before, including its various odds and ends. But when our rhyming Marlin checked on the scene, over 400 pounds of props had fallen. To move it all in one go would challenge even the brawny prisoner in the cell next to mine.
What is he, the jail gossip?
So how did 400 pounds of items fall all at once? I'll tell you how. The Orca pulled on the cloth that was underneath them.
Nope, wrong.
A weight that would be all but impossible for a human to move was child's play to an Orca. During a friendly game of volleyball, the defendant made the crates fall, and the bag of coins that was among the items fell on the victim's head and killed him. The Orca then tore with the victim's body underwater, which is what made Mr. Bloom saw.
Objection!
But the witness only said he heard a loud noise. That doesn't automatically make it the sound of Orla making the items fall. Also, why did you only look in on the pool room anyway, Mr. Rhymes?
That Orca
sometimes made a loud noise to summon her trainer, but I'm still a newbie, so I don't have a security guard to get into the pool room yet. So even if she tries to summon somebody, there isn't much I can do about it. I see. So the witness couldn't enter this crime scene.
Objection!
If Mr. Rhymes couldn't enter the room, there's at least one thing he can't be sure about. His statement the Orca was playing volleyball is fully speculation.
Silence!
Whether the Orca was actually playing volleyball or not is not the issue. Traces of the Orca's saliva were found on the cloth that was underneath these secret crates. The important point is that the Orca is the only one that could have moved the items.
I have to describe that statement somehow. I don't know what I mean that Orla was incompetent even if the victim died beside the pool. Well, it's gonna be pretty easy because you could not have been there because you picked up this Pearl picked up this calendar from you at 10 a.m. in the prep room. So that's just patently incorrect. You say you were in the staff room, but is that really true? Of course it's true. Why would I lie about a thing like that? Mr. Rhymes, have you ever seen this calendar before? Hey, that's... I see you recognize it. Yeah, that's a rifle calendar. It's a big hit at the Ship Shape Aquarium gift shop. Thank you for shopping at Ship Shape. Mr. Rhymes, please remember from scattering fish around the window stand.
Not to worry, your boldness. Tackle will have them cleaned up in no time.
I guess that bird comes in handy now and then. Alright, Mr. Wright, we have all seen your accused souvenir. Now, if you wouldn't mind. No, Your Honor, this isn't my calendar. It was originally the witness's, but it came into the possession of a certain young lady. What? Mr. Ryan and this young lady first met each other in the food prep room. After most of their calendars got switched around, they ran into each other at about 10 a.m. in the food prep room, so clearly the witness was not in the staff room. In other words, there was no way he could have heard the noise in the pool room upstairs.
What's this the first time hearing about any calendar?
That's because Mr. Rhymes and girls were keeping it a secret.
You lied to me?
So, Mr. Rhymes, you didn't hear the noise of the equipment falling after all, did you? Okay, I admit it. I didn't hear the noise in the Orca pool room myself, but somebody told me about it. Who told you about it? It was, unless you tell the truth, Mr. Rhymes, I can't save Orla, and I'm sure you know how sad that would make Miss Buckler. I heard about it from Sasha. What? From Miss Buckler? But that doesn't make sense. What is going on here?
Now it's the trainers on words that drive the Orca into a corner. How do you like being bitten by your own client, I don't know?
I certainly didn't see this coming.
What perfect timing. There was something I wanted to ask Mr. Buckler about.
Miss Buckler about?
The prosecution calls the trainer and shouts the Buckler to the stand.
Yes, I suppose it would be a good idea to hear what the Orca's trainer has to say. I don't know what Sasha's gonna say, but I'll just have to meet it head on whatever it is. We will take a 20-minute recess while the witness is summoned. Okay. This is interesting. This case is good so far. This case is real good so far. Alright, thanks for watching. Stay tuned next time to catch you all tomorrow. No, on Tuesday for some more Phoenix Wright, Attorney Dual Destinies. Goodbye.